Yo, what up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy Roto Beast. I'm here with my boy Jeremy and Chris, and we're here to present you our MLB core plays for Wednesday, August 5th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our MLB, NBA, and NFL videos. And if you haven't come and checked out our website here at dfscheatsheet.com, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, daily FanDuel and DraftKings cash lineups. Hey, we're truly a one-stop shop for all your DFS needs. So make sure to check out the site here at dfscheatsheet.com. Say what up, Jeremy, Chris. How you guys doing out there today?
Fantastic. I know this is a baseball broadcast, what we're doing, but I got hockey on in front of me. Tampa Bay and Boston. Real fantastic game. Fights, goals. They just don't like each other. It's great.
I'm the only one who's got nothing on, man.
I got
You got basketball here.
Yeah, so I'm just happy that we got some sports to watch right now. Definitely.
Right, so I'll make you guys a deal. Tomorrow, same time, same video. I'll put golf on. Chris will have hockey. You'll have basketball. We'll all be in the mix.
Yeah,
talking baseball.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hey, I love it. The sports are back in general, man. So yeah, man, let's jump into this. I'm ready to go. I'll get us started with our cash game core, and we can kind of go from there. You guys ready?
Absolutely.
Okay, so for pitcher, I'm going to go with the guy that me and Jeremy talked about on our on-deck video earlier. I do like Yu Darvish today, going against Kansas City at 9,500. I think he's going to give you a solid floor with a little bit of upside for your cash games. I think that he's a guy that definitely you can look at, and I'm going to have him locked in my cash game lineups as my pitcher. Then I'm going to move down a little bit. I'm going to go to Ketel Marte. So Lance McCullers actually was just scratched. They have a young guy coming in. There's probably going to be only going to go a couple innings. This may get to a bullpen game in Arizona. Really good hitting park. I like Marte against McCullers, and now the fact that McCullers is out and they got a young guy, like I said, with the bullpen game possibly in play. I like Marte at 3,100, batting in that leadoff spot today. I think there's going to be a bunch of runs out there in Arizona between both of these teams. Marte, 3,100 leadoff spot. I think he's a really, really good play. Then I'm going to go down. I'm going to go to the outfield, a guy that I'm looking at. We talked about Minnesota earlier. We love Minnesota today going against Trevor Williams, who just isn't a very good pitcher. I'm going with Max Kepler at that leadoff spot. The guy does it in multiple ways, man. He can steal a base. He takes a bunch of walks. Just had 4 walks against Pittsburgh yesterday. Has the home run upside. I think Marte is a really easy play as we like this Minnesota team as a whole today. At the top of that order, I definitely think he's going to get everything kind of set up for them. Next, I'm going to pay up a little bit. A guy I'm going to go with, another outfielder, Mike Trout. I really, really like Mike Trout today. We talked about him yesterday, having him in our core plays, and he didn't upset. The guy hit a home run. Now he gets a matchup today against Marco Gonzalez, who Marco Gonzalez is a decent pitcher. Don't get me wrong. But Mike Trout absolutely owns this guy for his career. 12 for 28, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 6 walks. So, the guy doesn't really want to pitch to Mike Trout. He's just, sometimes when you see a guy and he's in your head a little bit, I think Mike Trout is that guy for Marco Gonzalez. So I like Mike Trout. Going to put him in my lineups today. Definitely think, we know he gives us the upside and he gives us a solid floor as well. Last but not least, I got to save a little bit of money. I don't want to pay up for everybody and make it hard for you guys to find a value. A guy that I'm really liking today at 2,100, almost bare minimum price tag. I'm going with Adam Duvall in Atlanta. It's a very good hitting environment out there. I expect Atlanta to put up some runs. He gets a matchup against a lefty today in Raul. And, Duvall for his career, he has some pretty good numbers against Raul. 4 for 11, kind of a smaller sample size, but he does have 2 bombs already. I'm just looking for a bomb at a bare minimum price tag. Definitely think that you can look at Adam Duvall. I think he's a really, really good value play. So just to kind of quickly just retouch on it, I got Darvish at a pitcher, Ketel Marte, I got him at second base, Trout and Kepler in my outfield spots, and then I put Adam Duvall in my utility spot, 2,100 good value play. That's really where I'm at with my cash game core today. I'll shoot it over to Chris, and he can get us going with his crush spot.
Hey, real quick, have you guys seen who is did the Astros announce who they're rolling out tonight?
I have not. No, I can.
No, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
So they just said McCullers is scratched, but we don't know who's starting.
Right.
All righty. Well, it's my time, so I'm going to shine, Jeremy. So I don't
get it.
Thank you. So looking if you look at the crush spot today and the research that I did last night into this morning, the Boston Red Sox stuck out to me like a sore thumb. And I'll give you a couple of reasons why, because that's why I'm here for you. Here for you and with you. We'll do it both, right? So Boston, they're home against Ryan, what's his name? Yarlbird? Is that Yarlbird? Is that how you say his name? Tampa Bay. Right, yeah.
You know, we call chicken yard bird, man. That's what I thought you just said. Is Ryan Yardbird? No, Yarbrough.
Yarbrough, yeah. If you look at what he's done his first two starts of the season, he hasn't been horrible. It hasn't been miserable. So I know when I build a baseball DFS line, like all of us, we like to pick on pitchers that stink, right? And like Steph said, Marco Gonzalez, let's pick on him. Let's pick on Ryan Yardbird tonight. And I think people will fade Boston because, you know, Yarbrough he hasn't been horrible, but I think Boston really gets over on him tonight, and I'm going the heart of the order. Second, JD Martinez is batting second. He's 3,700 on FanDuel. And mind you, in my article, I didn't mention this because I was upset and I didn't want to put it in print, but DraftKings, again, just slapping us right across the face. They've completely cut out this game on their slate today. So on FanDuel.
Hey, Chris, just so you know, that game's actually not on the main slate either for FanDuel as well.
Okay, it's a 6 p.m. early only.
Yes, sir.
All day. Well,
Chris is bitter because both sites did not have a hockey game, FanDuel or DraftKings yesterday, right? They both left the game off.
Yeah, so I got bones to pick across the board. So I apologize for that. It's not on the main slate, but you can still get in. On my side of town, it's only 10 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. Anyways, I love the heart of the order Boston stack here. JD Martinez, Rafael Devers third, Xander Bogaerts starting shortstop, 3,600 at 4, and then Kevin Pillar. Much like you said, Steph, with Adam Duvall, Pillar has been awesome recently. Jeremy's brought it up a few times. Get him in your lineups, $2,900. If we want to translate to main slate real quick, I love Marcelo Zuna. They're starting outfielder. You can do that little 1-2 stack with your Duvall. My Ozuna looks to be leading off tonight, $3,300 on FanDuel, 44 on DraftKings. And a guy that I like in Houston tonight, you can put him in your utility spot or your outfield spot, Kyle Tucker. Young kid.
I like him too.
He's not, I don't believe he's eligible to be a prospect anymore. He's, graduated with the innings that he's played in, but he's $2,700 on FanDuel, 39 on DraftKings. And real quick, touch on a few guys, won't waste too much of your time. I love the Cubs tonight. Rizzo, Ian Happ. Love those two if you can get them in. Both Happ's $3,100 on FanDuel. Rizzo's, steady Eddie at $3,300. So that's my time here. Tip your waitresses. Let's hear it, Jeremy.
So I'm going to assume, just looking at Houston stuff, Brandon Bielak is supposed to start tomorrow, Thursday. I'm just wondering if they're going to move him up.
I think that is what I seen in the update was him.
Okay, really quick, I'm going to cover Bielak because Houston, and Chris, you would know this better than anybody, being the guy that is our prospect guy. Bielak, this guy has good stuff, right? And Houston as a whole, I think that they featured in this restart, if you will, probably the best display of young arms in baseball. You can start with Christian Javier and this whole host of guys that they've run out in their bullpen. I think we mentioned a couple of days ago that their first 6 games, Houston featured at least one pitcher who was making their major league debut. A couple of the guys had only pitched an A ball and had found themselves in the majors. So Houston has a nice display of very young arms. Bielak being another one of these guys that is a guy that's another young arm. He's pitched in AAA. What does he have? He's not Christian Javier, I wouldn't say, but he does throw 94 miles per hour. 45% of the time he throws a fastball. 20% of the time he throws a cutter at 89.5 miles per hour, and then he follows it up with a changeup at 87. He's kind of got the Madison Bumgarner pitch mix, if you will, the fastball, cutter, changeup, and slider. I wouldn't say that I would stack that excites me to stack Arizona. I would say Bielak may be serviceable on DraftKings as a starting pitcher number 2, if in fact they're going to start him because of the price tag and because of the limited ownership. I just don't know he's going to go, past 3 innings. So that's why I say for a value SP2 on DK, I definitely think for that price tag, Bielak. And look, at this time in the day, let's face it, people don't pay a lot of attention to news. A lot of people do, but there's a nice portion of people that don't pay attention to news. We see lineups all the time where people get caught not swapping a guy out who was scratched. You look at yesterday with the Angels and the percentage of ownership Justin Upton still had because the Angels lineup came out for a 7-10 game. It came out at like 6:45 on the West Coast. So I'm going to tell you that I think that the BLAC is a good SP2 value play in deep tournaments on DK. The other pitchers that on the slate that I'm looking at, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not the greatest slate in the world for pitching, in my opinion. It's a kind of a lackluster slate. We talked about, Steph, you and I talked about Clevenger at the top of this list, that he's not even as that sexy of a play going against Cincinnati because of the fact that Cincinnati, everyone thinks should be better than what they've started the season. So, Clevenger, it's a little uncomfortable. Darvish going against Kansas City, I think that is the good chalk game play. I do like Ross Stripling because of all the firepower that San Diego has, the high upside of strikeout upside that Stripling brings to the table. I like him. But other than that, I mean, like I said earlier, I'm looking to see news on Julio Teheran to see if he's going to go, 5 innings or 80 pitches. And then where else are you going to go? For me, it's Sean Manaea. I think that, and I've said this before, I think Manaea at $6,800. I don't think this guy's regressed. I think he's just not gotten off to a great start. I think he's going to turn it around. He's been very close in both starts. He's given up 7 earned runs, 4 in the first, 3 in the second, 7 strikeouts, and he's pitched 9 innings. So Manaea is a guy to me that he's almost got it together. I think that cold Oakland air, a predominant, lineup, the lineup in the power in that lineup is left-handed with Joey Gallo against Texas and Chu at the top of that lineup, both left-handed bats in a left-on-left matchup. So pitching's not sexy. That's kind of wrong with pitching from a stack standpoint. Look, it's Coors Field. They're on the slate. We don't have to tell you guys to load up Coors Field. But outside of Coors Field, my next favorite stack is going to be Houston again. I think Houston puts up a 10 spot today. Robbie Ray, not the pitcher he used to be, walks too many guys, walked 6 Dodgers in his last appearance, not getting swing and misses on his punch-out pitches. Guys are starting to foul him off. His pitch count's elevated. Doesn't last long. 8 runs last night for the Houston Astros. Got deep into that Arizona bullpen. It doesn't bode well for Arizona if Robbie Ray can't be consistent. He hasn't showed that he has been and be able to get guys out. His pitch count goes up. He's out of that game early. We're back in the bullpen. Houston puts up a ton of runs again tonight. Love the Cubs, and I absolutely love the Oakland A's tonight. I think the Oakland A's are primed to blow up. We've said it over and over again. At any given time, that lineup can blow up, and they did last night. You saw it with Lance Lynn. He goes 6 2/3, gives up 1 run, and then all of a sudden the A's lineup blows up, and there you go, right? So that's where I'm at from a stack standpoint. The sneakiest stack of the day for me is the Chicago White Sox, and maybe they're not sneaky, but if you look at implied run totals, they're about the 10th highest implied run total on the board. They're at home against Milwaukee, and you start that with Luis Robert, obviously. But to me, that's the sneakiest stack of the day because of where they're buried. And I also think that Cleveland goes under-owned tonight in a really good matchup for them at home with Clevenger on the hill. And, Steph, you like them in the on-deck video. You mentioned the guys, Jose Ramirez, Francisco Lindor, et cetera. So that's where I'm at with stacks right now and starting pitching.
Yeah, for sure. So I definitely think get you a really, really good idea of kind of where we're at for tonight. If you do want a more in-depth analysis, make sure to check out the site, dfscheatsheet.com. And, hey, man, good luck on your guys' contest tonight, all right? Peace out.